Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order projection. Prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some... Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my late... First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rollo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one. As a laugh, just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on. Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert, sidestepped my mantisaur allergy. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human existence. Especially, my co-occupant Ike had a POP done and told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. Later got drunk, passed out, drowned face first in a puddle of water. You did catch the part I said they saved my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, you know? I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POP.
Oh, Administrant Agrawal. Here to finally hash this out, are you? Thought this day would never come. And you must be the one everyone's talking about. The great mediator who was
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once.
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
Speaking as a representative of the Order, we will abide by the Mediator's decision if...
Agreed.
Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands. Speak on, then.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
A bit rude, don't you think? But since this mediation was foretold, I will not dispute your findings.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
Quite right. Rollo's co-occupant might have also supported our warnings. Had he...
I don't know. You ask me? When it comes to these order predictions, there's a lot of room between a probable and definite outcome. You actually got the Provisioner to give you the time of day.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
Fair enough. The Order does keep us refugees fed and plenty, medicated. To give credit, as I do with blame, where it's due. I'm all ears, Mediator.
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire sub-rosa hooligans to duke things out.
That is unquantifiably absurd. And I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help. Unproductive is one thing. Paid Donnybrooks with surrogate fighters is... well, I'm at a loss for an applicative metaphor to describe it. I understand you were crucial in securing additional medical personnel for Matriarch's Mercy.
Yeah, much appreciated. Way to go above and beyond. Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis? At Auntie's choice, we'd view this from a lens of how sickness undercuts...
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns. Collapsed. But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure. More of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty. People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone...
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established Order construction guidelines. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. Admirable. I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands.
Shit. Very well, administrant. You win. I'll honor the terms.
Have faith. Or, if not faith, reason. We can still... Your reward, mediator, with my thanks. I now consider the matter
Sister ain't doing so good. She got that cough. Sounds like a damn rep. What happened to this place?
Since the schism, the Protectorate have rewritten history to exclude our teachings.
Did that blast give me a dunder? Or is some damn stranger walking into my area of... You got any reason I oughtn't have you shot? Yeah? Well, what exactly makes you so sure of that? Huh. Interesting. Did he say who he thinks did hit us? Not that it matters, I suppose. Not like we can muster a counterattack or anything. But even if I did believe you, so what? Maybe. I suppose it's possible. But even if I believe you, what, by law, do you think I can do about it? Seriously? You expecting me to ring up Auntie and tell her, hello, Maven of all marketing, just letting her know that the order says it... Also, there's some new nameless, faceless, seriously cutthroat competitors trying to frame the order, so we go back to killing each other. Ah, an offer for transaction. Now you're talking my language. Didn't reckon you as someone... It just so happens we might be able to trade services. Normally, I wouldn't admit this kind of weakness. It's bad practice. But lately, my luck's been right miserable. I got enemy sneak attacks. I got grunts murdering each other. I got unsanctioned power struggles. And it all risks reflecting badly on me. You cut down the number of issues that are vexing me, and I'll send you word of peace and harmony up the chain. What's good for me is good for you, see? Quid pro quo. Or, if all that sounds like too much work for you, there are other ways to curry my favor. Make me believe your good intentions. Encourage me to take your side. Absolutely. Bits are a bond that buys a broad bevy of believability. Auntie says so herself. They show sincerity, trustworthiness, and a goodly dose of class. Wonderful. And with your sincerity assured by the bits in my pocket, I feel absolutely confident. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a whole mess of hassle I've got.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to heaven? Every scientician yearns to visit the archive on Cloister. One day, it will process all.
Administrator Agarwal tells me you played a pivotal role in persuading the refugees to abandon their petition to... Anything I can do to assist you? Oh, of course. What would you like to discuss? Apart from providing them sustenance, shelter, and scientific ministry, you mean? Need I remind you, Arcadia is at war. This is what war looks like, I'm afraid. The Order is... Alexandra Monastery is a place of sacred study, advancing our understanding of the plan. I haven't the wish to debate you on this any further. Please, let us move on to less controversial. Yes, what have you discovered? Oh, you've lessened the load on my mind considerably. Any other updates?
Please, not so close. I'm aggregating vital, time-sensitive data, and your perpetual motion is distracting.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
You gotta help me, please! I didn't do what they say I done!
Yes? Who are you? And why are you attempting to steal my utterly invaluable attention? This is a fort. Those are soldiers. They are mantisaurs. And I am far...
Hey, friend. Any chance you've brought me a zero-G brew?
Initiate Carrington, audio log entry 10. My orders were to watch for the enemy. Specifically, to never break line of sight to my assigned field of view. But I can hear them advancing along the shore to the south. It's fine. Others have been assigned that field of vision. This is the most efficient method of defense. Architect, they're getting closer. Perhaps I'm taking my orders too literally. I'll just peek. No. Trust in the equation. Trust in those greater than I in the order. I will keep looking forward for enemies from that vector. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I have faith that the architect...
This one appears to have been too terrified to even look at us. I almost feel bad killing him. Almost.
That's the range, Commander. This will be glorious. Hope my enthusiasm doesn't get the better of me. Those traitors need to... Damn it all! The door's sealed. We'll need to find another way in. Now this is just sloppy. If I wasn't already here to kill all these traitorous fools, I'd be forced to use one or two as an example to the rest.
Fingers of yours. Bring them close so we can chop them off.
Stop your silliness, fool! The only ones losing body parts around here today are you and your traitorous friends! Looks like some sort of scanning device. Likely related to their N-ray research. We should grab it. Could be useful.
must become nothing before it can become everything.
That should do it. Let's get on with the killing.
Enemy spotted.
A quick once over.
Look sharp. It's a fight.
Advancing to hasten their demise.
Recharged for mayhem.
Bob, straight out. The police are on it.
That's a Glorious Dawn communication device. Our cells use them to send and receive encrypted messages.
You there, you must leave. Is that a cultist with you?
Don't worry. I'm not like these idiots running around here haplessly. If I was here to kill you, it would be no random thing. Are we here to kill this guy, Commander?
You're here to stop me. But if I'm... Oh, I don't expect people like you or Augustine to understand. My work is human. You must remove yourself from the range. I don't want your blood on my hands, but I will spill it if you force me. No, don't you understand? If my work is forestalled in any way, so many... I have been forced to enact measures for self-defense, and I beg you, leave immediately. Remember...
Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is exactly why I push you so. Dead is dead. What matter is it if their ends come in 1 minute or 3? If you seek to be humane in your duties, fine. So long as I get the explosives, but if we fail to act, the order will be lost forever. Collateral damage, and the longer you take in your laboratory, the greater your risk of being caught becomes. If that happens, but I should remind you that such a failure will result in vastly more suffering for all parties in... Victor, I fully... Dead is... But if we fail, and the longer you take... But I...
cannot threaten one who welcomes the liberation.
Isolated you from my hand. How dare you hamper my ascension with your dissonance?
Look sharp! It's a butt!
I don't see them. How dare you hamper my ascension?
Look sharp!
I understand true transcendence. I have power unto the architect.
Look sharp! It's a fight!
Avid followers of our predictive are already aware of their soft followers. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
Look at the sad little sprat in his corrugated metal cage. Why don't you unlock the door and come out, sprat? Nobody's here.
Look sharp! It's a fight!
Sharp enough. Hostile nearby.
You, friend of friends, are a greater ally than any number of fellow scienticians.
That's one way to become the center of attention.
Once again, ask you to stop. The path ahead is filled with unseen traps. Whether cultist or wayward scientist, you will be killed. I cannot afford your interruption. Once more, please cease.
Oh, thank you very, very much for dealing with those cult...
What? Where? I thought we dispatched with all of those traitors, charlatans.
I can see it would be best for me to tactically overlook your I see you possess our N-ray scanner. Ooh, ingenious device. If I'd had it, I may have evaded being trapped here. Damn that Victor and damn his hubris. fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife, that he would be untouched by the ensuing pandemonium. Pardon my excitement. I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was performing a procedure utilizing processed N-rays. When those cultists flooded in the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still live, moving unseen through the range. Oh, believe me, this is more excitement than I ever want.
I never wanted this situation to escalate like this. You must understand. But now, there is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia, to ensure the future, we must both die. Because the order cannot be hindered by war or by compromise. Any obstacles must be removed. If DeVries does not receive my explosive, she will resort to a violent assault. Many will die, pointlessly, and in agony. I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blasting us both from the field of play, the order shall find its way to truth. Want has nothing to do with it. I have very specific instructions on how to proceed, and you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character. At the end of all things, my decisions were predestined. You're not with the Order. You cannot understand why this would be. Could I explain, the words would be lost on you. Your verbiage does not conceal the gaps in your knowledge. But the presiding bishop has taught us that ignorance is not. If the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all scientific uncertainty and any associated... But surely, over time, these deviations would subside? Though I do not seek the abolition of free will, DeVries opened my eyes. The Order is on the path to absolute truth, and politics cannot bind us. Uncertainty cannot strangle, and no one can be allowed to waltz in and hurl our plans into disarray. Believe whatever you wish in your final moments.
pretty sure we've killed every traitor in this place. Didn't we? What do you think? Boy, damn it! It's as I feared. Their treasonous scum of a hierarchy isn't among the dead. The leader of a cell. In this case, that would be Ziegler. And extinguishing him is obviously our next They were operating under his orders. But since he wasn't here to lead them in person, they would have maintained regular contact. We should return to the one we saw earlier. It will hopefully yield some worthwhile information. Killing traitors is quite fun, is it not? This is it, the Dawn's communication device. Let's see what I can... Not much, but there are a few encrypted messages from Ziegler reporting... Idiot didn't even have enough respect to stay to kill me himself. Well, it's of no consequence. Now that I know where he is, let's go show him the error of his ways. I'm right behind you, but not...
can wait. Our lines will not. Good subjects arrive 15 minutes early to avoid missing their tram.
Hello? Someone there? Yes? Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? Zeranium Manufactory 7, presently and for an indeterminate time, is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors. Wait, you have a writ? From the abbot? But we don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... This is Factor Metadier. Am I to understand you have orders from the... Oh. Very well.
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below until you talk to me. So, the abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all, and you've brought along your own rift cultist, I see. In case we required
Poor methodology? How dare you? Do you think ample bloodshed just happens by itself?
Logic does dictate you establish sufficient reason for being here. Your terse discourtesy and tepid braggadocio, however... Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svoboda below. I'll send word you're en route. But fair warning, I cannot predict what reception. I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away. Yes, the source of the explosion was unmistakably Zeranium. It is exceedingly volatile. The recent attack may have originated from this facility, but I assure you it was not at our hand. We have no desire to resume open warfare. One of our transport pods, filled with Zeranium, was diverted toward or more specifically at, their location. Though functionally correct, I assure you. The transport pods are fired into space, where they are... To date, no one has ever misused them for this purpose, despite the explosive nature of the material. Fortunately, we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not, somehow seized control of the manufactory operations. Your supposition, although grammatically dubious, is statistically correct. It is an error I will guard against to make our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch controls. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. A move not likely to allay anyone's suspicion. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you are on hand to corroborate current suppositions.
This unit's current work task takes priority over conversation.
Evidently originated here. Transport pod full of Zeranium. Blue outpost opportunity to knock the tinges and flinders. Wait, so has it been classified as an accident? Or... an attack. What I'd like to know is why our illustrious leader provided zero warning beforehand. The Proctor's a low-functioning functionary at best. I mean, just look at this mess.
That's one way to become
explosion.
Well, running a manufactory must require extraordinary,
Little good that's doing us now. Little good that'll do us when energy survives.
Initiate Alva, stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately.
Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this.
You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast?
I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor's Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something?
I demand your unconditional surrender at once.
Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
Once they took over.
Yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the Abbot. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls,
Might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party. It's less what happened than who happened. Initiate Alva, that is. A low-level subordinate, assigned here years ago. Her role was to launch transport pods of volatile uranium to collection points in space. Not at the outposts of our rivals. Those poor... A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alva seized command of the system and locked herself in the control center. She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Poor Jacobs lost a hand trying to why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse. Fervent professements of innocence, mostly. You know, exactly what you'd expect a secret traitress to claim. I suppose spies must build up a flair for histrionics. What with all that, hiding their identities and all. Then bursting... At any rate, I have work to do, and you have a saboteur to eliminate, yes? I am so pleased a reliable I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no...
Disruptor ahead.
Information gathering. Taking cover.
What's her name took over.
Yes, of course. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you. Oh, no, I wouldn't frame it quite. It's less what happened than who happened. Initiate Alva. Her role was to launch a spy or turncoat, no doubt. As not all of us spend every waking moment at probabilistic analysis. Those dedicated wholly to the math do still miss things regularly, I should add. Calculating the probability of events. Oh, no, of course not. It's just some spend their days pondering. Some of us, within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alva seized... She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse. Whatever for. We've already... I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. I'll be in my office. Let me know...
here often. Goodbye. This unit, enjoy our banter.
Anomalous behavior.
Now, this is important. Would you describe the Varachnid's calicity as slavering when it attacked? How much viscous fluid would you estimate was involved?
I don't know anything about the fluid's volume. Thing attacked. I shot it. There's goo all over the spot it emerged. Measure that, maybe.
2 exemplars, dead as Pythagoras. No one's been inside operation since.
Of course, she's hiding something. You think those 2 exemplars just fell wrong? They're hardly prone to involuntary self-injury.
Actions prove otherwise, I think.
Oh, hello. A visitor. Who is it they're sending now? And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire? Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? Like Commander Zane and that rascal Buddy. And who is that you brought with you? A friend? Glorious dawn, I take it. All this for me. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. This entire business is just a terrible misunderstanding. Oh, believe you me, I'd like to know that more than anyone. I am thoroughly unaware how anyone would think me capable of all this. Yes, that was terrible. I feel awful. Though technically speaking, they did kill each other. There was a scuffle. Their weapons fired. It was a most unfortunate thing. Dear me, I wish I did, but... Actually, there may be a way you could gain answers here. Why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you. I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of. Certainly, of course. If you help me uncover who's... Appreciate your help, dear. Please return when you... May the plan favor us against long odds.
Investigator? patrol's back, I hear. Don't see Auntie's being too dissuaded by them, though.
Our Earth Directorate, Fred.
Well, hello. Have an update to share?
Hello. I've been conversing with Factor Matadier here while you were away. Understand you've met?
Yes, they witnessed me rather discomposed, I fear. Visions of Auntie's choice reprisal clouded my thoughts at the time. Troops now guard the entrance above. Our safety addressed, I have turned my attention to the cause of our situation here, and I have deemed it wise to investigate further. Do not let my position fool you. All within the Order are scienticians, and hence we seek the truth of any hypothesis based on evidence. The Proctor's accusation is no different. I appreciate even your hesitant support. Now, I believe you had an update for initial...
You've examined the launch records, yes? What did you find? I suppose the data wipe was meant to cover their trail. The physical records would have been altered, dear, presumably by some difficult-to-discern chemical means. Ah, but listen to me. What do I know about this sort of thing? I know I've watched too many Aetherwave serials. Suppose they fuel my fervent imagination. But still, even the most junior scientician knows the best explanation is one requiring the fewest assumptions. Ergo, I set the correct coordinates. Someone overrode them. Someone may be pulling her strings, perhaps. That's what investigators like you say, isn't it? Now, what you uncovered appears to imply two further a uranium leak occurred moments after the launch. I imagine it may have been used as a diversion, allowing the culprit time to falsify the record. The overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look. Don't you think? Oh, I'm full of hidden depths, dear, but this isn't the time. Later, I promise. Anything you want to know, from my first science crush to my scientician aptitude test scores. Suspect this uranium leak stemmed from alterations to the control boards and refinement logistics. I'd look for any signs of tampering that may point to the culprit.
I can speak to the coordinate override, I believe. All commands are routed through the hub in central processing. If one meant to accomplish what you're suggesting, they would likely look to do it there.
There. I've unsealed both areas. With hope, what you discover will help us determine the responsible party.
I'll stay here and play for more time. If the Proctor sends anyone, I'll say I'm close to convincing you to surrender.
Most bureaucrats I've met are fairly worthless, but Svoboda seems to have perfected the art of being an ineffectual slackwit.
kindly. I am decidedly in your debt. Anything you need? Anything I, a lowly archivist, can provide you, a heroic individual? Of course. I am now able to breathe easy and respond freely. Strange question, but yes, all commands pass through the hub here. Through that wiring underneath that open floor panel in the back of the room, actually. Well, in my professional opinion, looks like someone based on the sloppy state it was left in, I'd say they either barely knew what they were doing or were in a rush, or both. I was in my cot doing advanced equations. After the explosion occurred, I rushed here to check the door was creaky to open. I should have known it would lodge in place when it closed, but I was distracted by the disheveled state of the room and rushed inside. Works in operations, right? Always on about her stories. Wish I had time to watch. Well, that's about everything I know about everything. Careful on your way out. Try not. May all your endeavors elicit expected results.
Factor's been in there a while now. Perhaps this conundrum is approaching a solution.
I like that Alva. Granted, she's most likely lying through her teeth, but at least she's interesting.
Suppose you'll do. I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. Oh, what else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control board to divert the flow of Zeranium is up yonder in refinery logistics. If so, well, as a fellow student of science, we developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas, it's yours. Tremendous. Why, this day may deliberate endeavors beget expected results.
I see my choice in you was well-founded. Serranium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state, and my internal levels of disquietude have... This is anecdotal feedback at best, but I find sometimes a gift helps. Something that makes one... This card will allow you into our humble little research lab. It's right past The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display. With the leak abated, I am fully prepared to be peppered with queries. Now that you mention it, yes. I recall I was worried about one crisis, and my mind was... I must admit, I haven't given the attack a single thought since. I do hope everyone's okay. Not much. Keeps to herself mostly. Or that is entirely. Like all of us, she resided in the barracks 15 degrees to the northeast from here. You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state of anxiety at the time, and, well, I'm sure you're aware higher levels of cortisol can impede the encoding of memory. Quite right. Anything else? I am greatly grateful.
And circumstances proceed toward intended results.
Why, we were just talking about you.
Or specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation.
You know how the Order is, always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. And yes, why would I reroute coordinate commands away from here? I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party. So I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill...
Yes! Now this is definitely taking a turn more to my liking.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you dears to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Her possible involvement notwithstanding, Constance Svoboda is an Order proctor, and I cannot abide her cold-blooded murder. You are far more capable than some back manufacturing.
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint.
All's fine, thank you, dear. I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult...
The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved, if there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with order tenets for balancing.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda. Cannot be party to this, but neither shall I.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here. Svoboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation. Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. Yes, though I was aiming for her face. Little rusty. Best search her office. Someone clearly was.
Well, you sure cut them. That was breathtaking. And hilarious. What artistry! What subterfuge! What aim!
Unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. This space used to be brimming with runoff chemicals. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors. Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here. This whole affair reminded me of the old days. The blood, the secrecy, the calculations and intrigue. Been trying to tell myself I didn't miss it. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your effort. I'd propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say? Excellent. Well then, I am not sure Inez deserved that. Starting to wonder if you consider us all similarly disposable. Did you have something else to discuss? As you wish. Try not to perish.
My fellow loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Seer Wiley isn't very good at this whole seer business, is he? Nice of him to just hand us the code like that. We should remember to mock him for that as he bleeds out.
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. Well, regardless, I recognize you've done right by us here today.
His choice.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return? Thank law the displaced listen to reason.
Grand Architect! First an attack on the monastery. Agent! Oh, thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My Seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. Cruelty for cruelty's sake. I thought you above that. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? Far from it. I celebrate Wiley's gifts. I recognize he's a far superior scholar than I'll ever be. No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading lies, but I needed him. I still need him. I'm not the savant he is, never have been. If he'd advanced beyond his current role, my deficiencies would have been made... I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is currently in jeopardy. Before you leave, there's more you should know. While you were conducting your investigation, I was able to piece together the conspirators' main target. Representatives of Auntie's Choice in the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. If this De Vries is responsible, then I agree with your objective. But don't forget the innocents caught in the middle. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the top, go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
I've always wanted to fight a mathematician.